Okay, my desk is a mess because I've been auditioning what I wanted to do for my title page. So let's make my title page together. What I've done so far is cut the packaging of the Ali Edwards main kit up. So I do have a piece and then the sides left over. So I cut it to be bigger than the page protector itself. I think I did that on purpose just so that I could see how much bigger it was going to be, just to kind of like hide all the pages behind it is my thinking. So first I have, which might be hard to take off, this cut file just called Messy Circles that I cut on green glitter paper. And it's actually staying pretty good. So then my first, oh my God. Okay, hold on. That was another project I was going to film after this. So the first, first tryout was using this pattern paper from Ali Edwards with the icons and the gold embossing, and I cut out the 2020 or 2022 for the year. And while I do like it, because this was already glitter paper, I felt like it was very dull. I can't even find the other zero. Very dull for it. And that's just a personal opinion. So then I just used black glitter paper and recut it. So then that is how this came along. That's part of that. And then I liked this way better. So that's where we're at because it's glitter paper and I just kind of added to it. So my thing was too, is that I feel like everything's very flat, that maybe I should pop this up, but cutting this, sorry, you're hearing my new little puppy. Then I cut out a bunch of the flourishes using first the Heidi Swap wreath that I showed you, and then this one that I hauled. This one, especially this little piece, is not cutting very well with my cutter bug. These aren't either. And actually, leave me a comment below. Which is your which die cutting machine do you use? Because I might be in the market for a new one, especially when things are very detailed. Mine, is it just the plates maybe I should replace? That might be it, because I've had the plates since as long as I've had the machine. Or is there a better machine out there? Because like I said, I have a cutter bug. So this is where I'm at. So I have all of these cut out on a green tie-dye-ish paper that I wanted to layer on here, which I do like. And then, so that adds like a little bit more dimension. Then just using my hole punch and red glitter paper, I've cut out a bunch of little berries for the holly berries. At least that was my thinking. Then I went a step further and with the black glitter paper, just did little balls or little dots and stars, and there's some hearts here too. Hearts. So that added to it. You know what? And I don't think I'm gonna pop dot it up because I always say this. I like to stick to one album, and the less dimension as much as possible, the better. So that's where we are at. So let's put this together. So let's start constructing this beautiful title page for 2022. Now I think I did go back and look at last year's album as well, and I did a wreath with that one too. But this time, on that one, it kind of backed behind a like collage photo of like highlights of the year. So don't get me wrong, like in hindsight, I probably would have leaned a little bit different than doing a wreath again, but I'm not mad at how this turned out. Maybe wreaths are always going to be my thing and I'll start a trend. But it was kind of similar, and it was just kind of funny in the end when I was just like, oh, I did a wreath last year. Why didn't I remember that? I guess it's me just loving wreaths. So like I said, the cut file is called Messy Circles. I do believe it's just in the Silhouette cut set file. And then the font I used for the 2020 is Futura, which is easy enough to say as well. Now, I have been futzing with my Cutterbug machine, which is not like a, what do they call them? Like the Sizzix Big Shot or anything like that. It was like the first one I ever bought like 10 years ago, maybe sooner. Anyways, I find that either my plates have gone bad. Is that a thing for cutting machines? Or maybe it's just not proper thickness, or maybe it's just the Heidi Swap die. Whichever it is, that Heidi Swap die is not working great, especially for the ones that have a little bit more detail. So I do like the ones from Sizzix. The other ones I used were the Tim Holtz like foliage ones that you saw me kind of preview. Those worked much better to get me more like sprigs of these leaves. And I used a like watercolor, almost looked like alcohol ink watercolor paper that was from Paper Pad from Michaels. And I loved using it because it gave you all the different variations of green so that this wreath had more texture and dimension without very much effort. And now that I look at it too, don't get me wrong, you could go bananas with this. Like I, did the wreath maybe 3 or 4 times to get the amount that's shown here. You could have done it 20 times and have a very lush and full, thick wreath. That could be a definite look that you can go for. Then to kind of just add some interest, I just took my hole puncher, that's all I did, with the leftovers of the black glitter paper, and then I had some red glitter paper close by that I just kind of punched holes along the bottom, so it really didn't interfere with the bulk of the paper for like the little holly berries and making like the black parts like little baubles and stuff on the wreath. It was just a simple way to add more interest, and then I went further and got the tiniest little heart punch I have. That's literally the size of like your pinky nail bed, and a small star one as well. And I did those as well in the black glitter cardstock for even more interest and complexity to it. So it worked out perfectly. Now I've been batch doing these. So today is currently the 8th when I am doing this voiceover. So I have all the video footage I have completed 5 layouts so far. So I'm trying to get them all done right now. So what I'm noticing though is that page 1, I think I've lost the footage. Story 1. So just to give you like a highlight on the back side of this, I do just take the packaging again and I make a felt pocket there, and I do my version of a Christmas wish or my reason why. And so if I don't find it, the video after this will just go jumping into story number 2. Which is fine. Sometimes us creators, we lose footage. And I must have not either hit record for the making of that layout, or it has gotten accidentally deleted, which is also quite possible. So stay tuned for the rest of my stories documenting my December month. Thank you so much for being here. Please subscribe, and until next time, bye.